Hey, what's up, guys? I want to talk about a couple shows that got canceled. Apparently, Batwoman got canceled. I just now found out about this today, and I was like, "Wow, they actually canceled it." And here's my thoughts about that. The thing is, I actually enjoyed Batwoman. I know some people gonna say, "Well, how can you like it? It's a terrible show. Woke this, woke that." I didn't. I just didn't think it was that bad of a show. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch the first season because a lot of people was crapping on it, and I sort of just fell for the propaganda. But during season two, I gave it a chance because I had recast Ruby Rose. They recast her character, and there was some type of black Batwoman character. So I thought it was interesting. I gave it a try, and I was like I hope they don't tokenize this character, because you know how CW is. They just do diversity for the sake of diversity and not give quality to that diversity. They have a bad tendency of not actually giving quality to diversity. So I gave it a chance, and I was like, yo, you got this black female who's trying to be Batwoman. You got her struggling. Like, she's struggling. She's homeless, living in a car and shit. And that's kind of feeding into the propaganda that white is right and black is whack, because anybody who's looking at this is instantly propaganda. Oh, this person with this fair skin wear it off. They are multi-billionaire, millionaire, and they got this costume. They kicking ass, and you got this black female who's replacing her. She's at the bottom to the point where she's just homeless. To stand the third, you can kind of see some propaganda in that, but I still watched it, and it got better. I actually thought she got a good character development in season two, because she started off rough. She was slowly making her way up, and then she eventually became CEO of the Wayne Corporation. And then plus she was trying to find her identity and shit. The bat suit was just a hand me down. She was just trying to be exactly like Katie Kane, but she had to learn that, yeah, you can't be like her. You got to be like yourself. You got to find your own identity and rock that on your own. You got to be unique. And I actually liked that. And her coming to terms on how she grew up as a child. She was an orphan. She had a pretty crappy childhood. Then she had to come to terms with that. Then season three, I feel like her character got developed even more. Her relationship between the team, it became more of like a family. Alice got developed. She's come a long way. Luke, I feel like Luke should have been more than what he was. Though there was some issues I had with the show, but overall it was okay. I enjoyed it enough to watch it. It is something that I will put in my top five in the CW. But Luke, they should have did better with Luke, man. They should have made him more badass. And I was hoping they would have did more in the other season four, but they canceled it. He was getting a little bit developed. They was showing him some love. They had him with a red head, but that was short lived. And then they kind of got him in this relationship, this kind of complicated relationship with Mary. And it's something there. Yeah, there's something there. And I was hoping they would develop that in the next season, because they got Ryan Ryder. They got her character with Sophia. So what about Luke and Mary? Just pair them up together. Have your little blazing couple right there, but it is what it is. But Luke, he was just a watered down version of his comic book. His comic book version. Like, he's supposed to be a badass in the comic book. Just like they kind of lowballed him, just like Mr. Terrific from the Arrowverse. Mr. Terrific, he damn near Batman level in terms of a street level character. But in the Green Arrow show, he ain't even nowhere near Green Arrow's level. And he's straight up goofy. He's smart, but damn, he's straight up goofy and shit. And he ain't really built a certain way where you can just take him serious. It's not like he built like John Diggle. Like, if John Diggle was playing Mr. Terrific, I can take him serious. But I appreciate the development he had in the Batwoman show, especially with him and his father. And the other issues I had with the show was the writing. Like, they should have did better with the writing, especially in season 3. Season 2 was all right. It was an okay season. She was just finding her way in this whole superhero thing. She was just finding her way, and it was pretty solid. It was okay. Season 3, man, it was a lot of unnecessary elements in there, especially the one with her mother. They found out that her mother's alive, her biological mother, and then she got a brother as well. Like, Ryan Rowley has a brother as well. I thought that was just unnecessary. They didn't have to add that element to the story. I thought it was okay to get that whole mother-daughter, mother-family dynamic in the show. Cause basically her mother just gave her up for adoption. And shit. So that's a lot of drama that was in that story between her and her mother and her brother. Her brother turned out to be a freaking psychopath with mental issues. I just thought they was unnecessary to the story. They didn't have to add them to the story. They could have just added another bit bad, another crazy type character like Alice, or another like badass type of character like Talia al Ghul, Lady Shiva, or something like that. Man, it was missed opportunities in that show. They should have introduced Duke Thomas, aka the Sentinel. They should have introduced Katana on there. It was a couple of characters could have introduced on there that would have made the ratings better. But they dropped the ball, and the ratings were low, and people wasn't feeling it. It is what it is. I'm not even bummed about it. It was like, okay, wow. It kind of caught me off guard. Because you would have thought they would have canceled it during the season 2 or 3, but they didn't. And apparently, Legends of Tomorrow is canceled as well. And why didn't they do this sooner? They should have been canceled Legends of Tomorrow after season 3. Really. It started going downhill after season 3. Really after season 1. Season 2 was okay, but I ain't like how they dialed out Jack's character. They lowball his character. they gave his character justice in season 1, but it seemed like he was just completely invisible in season 2. Like he was just there just to be there, and then he left. I think after season 3, his character left, and that was just the best thing they did for his character, because they wasn't really doing anything with it, and they killed off Ice, Captain Cole. He was really one of the interesting characters on the show, including on Heat Wave, Mick War. But it's kind of like he was a shadow of his former self. He wasn't really the same badass, F the rules type of dude, type of character he used to be. It's like he went from a badass rebel to a soft stepdad. Citizen Steel was okay, but I really didn't care for his character. I didn't really care for most of them. It fell off after they couldn't come up with interesting villains. Like the villains was pretty crappy after season 2. Vandal Savage was pretty dope. He was the best villain in the entire series. Vandal Savage. Now they had Reverse Flash as a villain, but he really wasn't that impactful like he was in The Flash. Then they had Damien Dark. They added him and Michael Merlin, but they really wasn't doing anything with them. But that's all I wanted to say. A lot of these TV shows got canceled, and people were trying to say that, oh, this might be the end times for the CW superhero TV shows, and I hope we still get more of these TV shows, because right now, Superman Lois is hands down one of the best TV shows on that channel. Superman Lois, Stargirl, The Flash, and Naomi. Those are the big 4 right now. The big 4 TV shows on that channel. I ain't even gonna lie, I was kind of upset that Painkiller got booted for Naomi. And I'm still am. I wish that Painkiller had got his own spin-off TV show. That would have been badass, man. Cause he was basically like the Black Bruce Leroy with enhanced capabilities. And he knew more martial arts. Like, he knew over 20 martial arts. But unfortunately, it didn't get greenlit, and then you got Naomi. I did a little research on her character. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I gave it a try. And it's actually not a bad show. It's actually a pretty good TV show. Writing wise, acting wise, it has an interesting story. And I actually like the characters. Stargirl's pretty good as well. So far, it has 2 seasons out, and it's been renewed for a 3rd season. I like all the characters on there, including the villains. I feel like they did my boy Jakeem dirty on there. Like, cast-wise and writing-wise, like, no disrespect, but they couldn't, like, make him a Black American. Give him that Black American lingo, swag. I mean, no disrespect. Because on the show, he's Nigerian. I don't think he's Nigerian in the comic books. I think he's Black American, but they couldn't just cast a Black American who's gonna get that character, that swag, that lingo. I feel like if they cast a Black American who got a little sex appeal, and it's like when they do us dirty, bro. Like in these TV shows, they do black males dirty. Like they don't try to cast black males with sex appeal on these TV shows. They make sure to do the white characters like that. They just cast a brother who's just average or just marginally attractive. Cause I got a feeling that everybody's gonna get a relationship out here. She what's her name? Yolanda. She already had a relationship, but Henry died. You got Courtney out here. She's eye candy. And they try to do some type of relationship between her and Icicle's son, Icicle Jr. You got freaking Cindy out here looking like a whole snack. She wants to join the Justice Association. And I'm pretty sure Artemis is going to join by default. They're going to do the whole relationship thing. They're just, the bottom line, these little TV shows, superhero TV shows, all I'm concerned is how they going to do my boy Jakeem. Because they got him as like a nerdy loser type of character. Can't even fight. Can't even hold his own in a battlefield. I don't like that one bit. Then you got Dr. Midnight. They got a black female to play Dr. Midnight. And there's a black female Dr. Midnight in the comic books, right? But in the show, she can't even fight. It's like she's completely useless. And I heard they're going to work around it. They're going to work on her becoming a better fighter, actually being able to hold her own, contribute to the team, fighting wise. I hope so, bro. Cause I'm just noticed, bro. They be doing the black characters wrong, man. They doing black characters dirty on these TV shows. But this is all I got to say. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm out.